So if you were here earlier this week, Bobbypoff got permanently banned from Warzone and Call of Duty. JGod made a video of it. We watched the video and reacted to it. Now, Bobbypoff is unbanned. JGod made another video. I'm going to react to that one. So, let's see what this is all about.
The Bobbypoff situation just got a little bit more interesting because he just got unbanned and is currently playing on his original account.
Yes.
It's on the leaderboard for the second most wins in Warzone since Warzone 2, or at least the leaderboards have been tracking.
Which is actually insane, right?
So it makes this situation even crazier. And one of the main points that I make in this video, even though some people just take it the wrong way because they have
I gotta read this. My daughter just put some of her clothes on the Halloween skeleton figure outside. My daughter said he was freezing. That's really cute.
Was essentially that if somebody is banned, they're guilty until proven innocent.
4.5 years
whether
old.
you think
Cute.
they're guilty of unlocked tooling, sharing their account, breaking TOS, using aimbot, it didn't really matter. That's not really what the point of the video was. It's just that logically, if someone is banned, they're guilty.
Yeah, completely agree. But now the question is, he's unbanned. What the hell's going on with that?
And then in this particular case, logically, if they're unbanned, that would mean they're not guilty. So I keep that same logic through. I did talk about a few other points on there. People didn't realize that some content creators pay people to do their camos and level their guns while they stay on Warzone. Because in case you guys didn't know this, if you play every day Warzones from the launch of BO6 to the integration, on the first day of the integration, all your Black Ops 6 guns will be level 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew that, but playing Warzone will not, in fact, level your BO6 weapons until...
How would it? If you're not using the weapons, how would
the
it?
integration and those weapons are added. There seemed to be a lot of confusion on that. People just didn't understand that, or intentionally didn't understand that. The other was something I had mentioned about the whitelist, which if you look back in my videos, I think I have a video on my channel somewhere like 3 or 4 years. There's a video where I talk about the whitelist stopping from reports, and then I also talked.
Yeah, so if you don't know what I don't know if he's going to go into it here. If you don't know what the whitelist is, we talked about it in the other video, but essentially it's a list of people who are protected from, can't be, but are protected from being banned from over reports. So let's say, let's take it as an example outside of Call of Duty. Let's say you have someone like Michael Jordan, who is let's do Ronaldo. Take one of the most popular people in the world. You have Ronaldo, someone who's incredibly popular. A lot of people love him. Also, a lot of people are going to hate him. If it was possible for people that hated him to go to the police and report him for murder, and if enough people did it, he would get charged with murder, people would do it. And in Call of Duty, if it was possible for people who watch me to go and report me a bunch of times and get me banned, they do it. Even though the majority of people like me, not everyone does. So that's kind of like why it exists. Now, it doesn't mean it should, especially when we have Activision contacts and stuff. But as we just discussed, I just got a copyright strike from Activision for posting Call of Duty gameplay, which is wrong. I have someone to contact and they haven't answered me yet. So obviously that's a problem. Oh, did my internet break too?
A little bit about how they set up the LAN events and specific custom matches with the whitelisting. And the other thing I said is if somebody was cheating, that they would get banned, even if they did have the whitelist. The whitelist wouldn't matter. That's not going to protect someone from cheating on their account. And that still is the same thing I've said in this video. And people were like, why are you so silent about the whitelist? I was like, I've been talking about it for 4 years. What are you talking about? It's kind of a funny thing to read through comments because there's so much misinformation that
JGod got hated on this quite substantially. Probably more than he should, but I also didn't agree with all the points that he said. So
I think it gets spread either amongst specific niche communities or Reddit or even the hacker hunters, and even amongst streamers. I think there's misconceptions that they spread, and that's because I don't think anyone has all the answers. And I think if you're a reasonable person, you understand that. Sometimes things happen. He has been unbanned, and based off my original statement, that would imply he's no longer guilty, right? Pretty straightforward. And I think people...
But it doesn't make any sense. Because if he wasn't guilty, the ban that went out at first wouldn't have been a permanent ban. It would have been a shadow ban. So the fact that he immediately got permanent banned means something was going on or something got triggered on his account. Right? Like, Call of Duty Activision has come out and said, if you are banned, if you're permanently banned, that is not a mistake. Something has happened. That is their statement on this. They say that permanent bans don't go out by mistake. They're meaningful and they are on purpose. And now a permanent ban has been retracted. So there needs to be something said by them or correcting their statement. Because as of right now, either they are lying, Call of Duty, about permanent bans, or Bobbypoff is lying. And either way, it looks bad right now for both of them. Like, that is the truth about it.
Understand that. There's some people that commented on the video that said this was level-headed, common sense take on the situation. And then there's other people who say, screw you, you're just trying to protect other cheaters. You're cheating too. You lack all integrity. And it's
just to be clear, I don't think J-God's cheating. He might have 2-boxed at one point, but I think he's not cheating.
Bro, if you even watched me for a little bit, don't be a fake fan. You know that I would never support cheating. You know that I would never defend cheating. I have not, will not, and it's just not the case. So it's kind of like a character assassination or whatever you want to call it. You know who I am? You know that's not the case. But this kind of calls into question. There's so many quote unquote hacker hunters that have made videos about this specific topic. And they've maybe done 7, 8, 10 videos. They're really milking it. Obviously, there's a financial gain to talking about Bobbypoff at the moment
100%.
because the views are kind of down in general for Black Ops 6 until Black Ops 6 comes.
That's also why J-God's making a video on this. That's also why I'm making a video on this, is because people want to hear about it. So you make videos on things that people want to hear.
Comes out. If he stayed banned, end of day, it doesn't really impact me. The fact that he's unbanned, end of day, it doesn't really impact me. And for the vast majority, like 99.9% of people, that is the case. There are people that will financially gain from it, whether it's the hacker hunters or even this video. I think the last video made like $400 just because people are spamming the hell out of the comments. Thank you, haters. You guys pay.
At least he's honest about it. That's what I was saying. The only thing that was
odd about the entire situation to me is normally if this situation would happen and should happen, a lot of people should just distance themselves from the individual. Even when, you know, he was still continuing to stream on alt accounts, there was a lot of different streamers that he's in his close circle with that play with him regularly, just continued playing with him. And I know for me personally, that's not something I would do. Especially now it's fine because he got unbanned, so it doesn't really matter. So
I honestly still wouldn't. Unless, if he's my friend and he came to me and was like, listen, I got in a call with Activision. They said, this is what happened with my account. Like, I wouldn't. Like, why would I want to be, like, close to that?
I think that's kind of an interesting thing where people will obviously support their friends because they don't think that the ban was just. Luckily, in this case, it turned out that they were on the right side of it, right? They leaned in all that way. And then obviously the people that thought he was a shithead or garbage or cheating rat or whatever these, you know, people throw all these different hate at people, they ended up being wrong. And I already know for a fact that those people won't be apologizing to anyone, right?
So let me be honest. When I first saw that video, when I first saw this video, I said, he's permanently banned. In my eyes, he's cheating. I am not sorry for saying that. Now, what I am sorry for is if he wasn't cheating and he got banned for that, now Activision has made him look like a cheater. I am sorry for that, but I am not sorry for calling out someone when they're permanently banned, when that is supposed to be the be-all end-all. That is supposed to be the thing, as Activision says, as Ricochet says, that is not a mistake.
I think it was perfectly fine. Sit back and say, you know what? I want to see how all the facts lay out. And then hopefully we get some information. Turns out that was the right approach because that's ended up being what happened. I think most reasonable people get that. That's fine. I know that most people in the comments will still spam some stuff in the comments, even on this video. But I can't believe you're defending someone who got unbanned. Like, are you listening to yourself? But it is what it is, right? Like, end of day. It's just good content. I think it comes down. It ends up being fun. It sucked for Bobby for a few days, but he's doing better than he was before. So
That's a
W
good
for
point.
him. W for the hacker hunters. We were able to milk this for a couple weeks where they got 8 to 10 videos out. I'm sure the goalpost to move and be like Activision's in on it or some craziness. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, when it comes to Black Ops 6, I don't have high hopes for Ricochet. But I will hope at some point that Ricochet gets dialed in. I know some people...
Yeah, Ricochet is way better than it was when it came out. Like, it is. Like, just straight up. I mean, when it came out, I never saw someone get banned in game. I've seen it multiple times at this point. In fact, it happened when I was streaming Modern Warfare 3 from Call of Duty Next. It happened there. I was playing in like a game of Warzone. Or was it Search? I think it might have been Search. It was playing in a game of something and someone got ricocheted in the middle of a game. And I've never seen that. So I think it is getting better.
Mainly people who want to protect their information, which is perfectly reasonable. I know people that know way more about that can kind of make... I just know that Valorant works really well. Beyond that,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
true. Valorant
what
is
to
a better
say
anti-cheat.
because every new game that comes out on PC is infested with cheaters. That doesn't really build a lot of trust within the community. Whatever little trust, it's generally the worst in COD. Not necessarily that the cheating's worse in COD than other games, because other games have tons of problems. And I don't think there's a solution. I think it's just something we're going to deal with. And as long as I've been making content, this is something we've gone accustomed to, where there's people that have grown distrust in streamers or Call of Duty. I think most people don't really trust Call of Duty or Activision to run a tight ship or whatever. And that's just kind of how it goes.
Okay.
I don't see those things changing. Even if Ricochet became bulletproof and it detected 99.9999% of cheating attempts, it would still not garner the trust. I think sometimes, just like with the many conspiracy theorists, sometimes people go too far into the deep end and they stop thinking reasonably because they've argued themselves in a position that it wouldn't be worth arguing themselves out of. And it's fine. They have to make it to that point. Just like
don't
people who think the
understand
earth
what
is
he's
flat
saying right
or
now.
whatever. It is what it is. Am I saying that nobody has ever cheated and zero streamers cheat? No, I don't think that's obviously not true. You can go to TikTok, see this random no name on a new account.
There is definitely people cheating that stream. I said it last time we looked at one of these videos. I would say about 80% of Warzone channels that you watch on YouTube or Twitch are 2boxing. I would say there's probably like under 2% that are actually using aimbot. But there's definitely some of them.
Every single day, rage hacking. There's people that do unlock tools, those movement YY demons. They're using an unlock tool and getting a new account all the time. We've seen several instances of those types of things, and those people get called out, laughed at, and ostracized a lot of time from the community. And there's plenty of examples of that if that's what you're looking for. I don't think those get covered quite as often. They're obviously, since they don't have any name recognition, there'd be no reason for most hacker hunters to cover these accounts. There would be no point. And be like, Jordan123, it just caught banned. People like, who the hell cares? That's kind of the general messaging. So I think most of them have, pure intentions in the beginning.
So oddly, this ties in to what happened with my channel today. So I had a video called Call of Duty Hack Ops 6. And in this video, I showed the videos of people posting hacks on Twitter. And oddly, I was saying how there are more videos out there of these as actual advertisements of people hacking than there are of people actually hacking. And if anything, I was saying something nice about Call of Duty. Still, somehow that video got copyrighted. How? I don't know. But those are all the videos you're seeing. And essentially all those videos of the hacks that you were seeing are actually people selling them or trying to get people to buy these hacks. Now, as far as the Bobbypoff situation, let me be clear on this. Do I know that Bobbypoff was hacking? No. But what I do know is Activision, their statement on hacking and Ricochet and permanent bans is that permanent bans are not a mistake. They have been checked and double checked and confirmed that someone has done something wrong and gets permanently banned for it. That is Activision's statement on this. So when I see someone get permanently banned, Activision is the one telling me that this is for a reason. So all of these people, because I see them tweet at me all the time being like, I got permanently banned, I didn't do anything, it's Activision's mistake. All of these people now have evidence to say, hey, look, he said that he wasn't hacking, neither was I. It's a horrible thing for Ricochet, it's a horrible thing for Anti-Cheat, and it's a horrible thing for Activision. And if Bobbypoff wasn't cheating, it's a horrible thing for him. Although it probably helped him out because more people are watching him now. Whether they're hating on him or not, he's making more money. Let's be honest, that's probably what's happening. But there needs to be a statement. There needs to be an explanation. And it shouldn't be Bobbypoff being the one that makes a statement, because Activision was the one that made the statement saying permanent bans are final. You're saying that Bobby has an inside man. Of course he does. I have a guy I can message at Activision. But if I was cheating, I can tell you this right now. If I was cheating and I sent a message to my person at Activision and said, hey, I'm not cheating, and he's like, I see it, you are, that bridge would be burned. That person would never talk to me again, and I would never be involved with anything Activision. Because they are not okay with cheaters over there, and as they shouldn't be. But there's something that's not being said there. I don't know what that is. So it's interesting. It's interesting.
Popular Warzone streamer was recently permanently banned by the Ricochet anti-cheat, and he was banned live on stream.
Okay, we know
This gave
this.
us reasonable grounds to report on this ban. Activision also denied his appeal, which basically confirmed the ban was authentic. He was banned for manipulation of game data. The Call of Shame channel covered this in great detail. However, those videos have now been removed from this channel. Bobbypoff is no longer a permanently banned streamer, and his account has been fully reinstated. This is because he was a victim of a remote code exploit. This is not selling out, but stating an absolute fact. This is a developing story. Nothing like this has ever happened before in the Call of Duty scene. It's devastating for gamers. This channel is not here to frame anyone, misrepresent the truth, or lie, despite what people will tell you. New information has come to light that absolutely proves Bobbypoff and several others such as Parasite and Censor have all been banned unfairly. I want to be absolutely clear, there is no such thing as a false permanent ban. This is what Activision have stated. Ricochet detected something reading the game memory and issued bans based on that. This is not a false ban, as it did exactly what it's supposed to do. So don't be fooled by lying streamers or known cheaters trying to claim false bans. For a player to be considered innocent, they must recover the exact same Activision ID with matching numbers. Failure to do this would confirm those players claiming they were banned unfairly to be liars. I will not sit back and watch frauds try to jump on this exploit to manipulate the community, and I will stop them the best I can. Let me as stated, anyone using this exploit was able to ban anyone they wanted. While thousands were affected, some notable streamers were also affected, including Parasite, Censor and Bobbypoff. From what I can tell, no other streamers were affected by the exploit, so don't believe any streamer trying to spin the narrative of a false ban. This is how it works. For the moment I can't go into much detail. But, in a nutshell, previously detected bytes were put directly into the game memory of innocent players.
Ow.
Ricochet would obviously then scan for those detected bytes and issue a permanent ban.
Okay, this is what I don't understand. All right. I don't need to hear anymore. This is the part that I want someone else to explain to me that's smarter than me. My opinion stands. My opinion stands on what I said before about what Activision says. If it's a permanent ban, it's a permanent ban. You got to go under that assumption, right? I don't need to hear the rest of this video. This is what you need to know. So, from what I understand, this is not how the Black Ops 6 anti-cheat works. It doesn't go in and scan your files unless preempted to, right? So the way that this would have to work, it's not kernel level. So like other games like Valorant will scan the files on your computer nearly constantly and make sure you're not cheating. Okay. Call of Duty's one, from what I understand, and I could be wrong, is It doesn't do that. It doesn't constantly monitor what's going on your computer unless there's a reason for them to search it, which, if you're a streamer, you're probably good and you're probably going to get reported at some point. And then they're going to be able to scan your computer and find whatever this bug is that they put on your computer. I'm guessing that's how it works, but from what I understand, Ricochet does not constantly scan your computer. From what I understand. Again, I could be wrong. Do I think that this is something we need to be worried about, like playing Call of Duty? No. You're at the same risk whether you're searching on the internet, doing whatever the hell you do on there, or you're playing Call of Duty. Like, this could happen. It seems like if people are doing this, they're probably doing it specifically to streamers. How they do it, I don't know. But, like, I don't think that's something you have to worry about. But if that is what happened, and cheats were put onto these people's computers, someone needs to say something. Right? Or else everyone's just going to use that. I didn't download it. Someone else put it on my computer. I swear it wasn't me.